Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So if you're like me, you love watching pro cycling and try to copy the pros in some ways to become a better cyclist. But sometimes we can copy them and we really don't need to, or it can go a bit too far, or we're copying things they do that really don't suit mere mortals. And if you are getting a bit older, trying to copy some of those things the pros do really isn't going to do us much good. And there's lots of better ways and better things we can use and do to improve and enjoy our riding. Keep watching the video to find out what they are. Number one is tyres. It's nice to have fantastic lightweight, thin tyres or great low rolling resistance tyres, but unless we're riding on incredibly smooth tarmac, like actually I am at the moment, which is quite nice, you'll find it's far better to have something a bit more substantial. Where I am, some of the roads are really, really rough, and it's a lot better to have a thicker, more durable, maybe all year, all season tyre than maybe the lightest tyre you can find and the fastest rolling tyre, because it might just end up meaning you get loads of punctures. So apart from having maybe some more durable, thicker tyres, like these Cinturato Velos, which I found very useful, 28mm, another thing is gear choice. So one thing to bear in mind is we don't need to necessarily have the gears or the gearing that a pro uses. We're not as powerful as them, we can't produce the watts, and so something like this compact chain set is ideal for mere mortals. This is a normal 50-34 chain rings on the front and 11-34 on the back, and that gives me all the gears I need for pretty much every situation I come across, whether it's climbing mountains or going flat out on a chain gang. Another thing is value for money. Do you need Dura-Ace? I mean, Dura-Ace is a fantastic group set and works really well, and any other brand equivalent is, you know, I'm sure fantastic. But for, again, mere mortals, for people going out in all weathers, people who haven't got mechanics and want something a bit more hard wearing, something like this Ultegra chain set, which I use, is more than enough. And the gear changes are superb. I really don't need anything else. I mean, it's not saying I wouldn't like a bike with Dura-Ace on it, I'd love that. But for me and for the price, you can't beat Ultegra or even 105. Hope you're enjoying this content and finding it interesting. If you are, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe if you can. I know there's still an awful lot of people that watch the videos that haven't subscribed, and if you do, it really helps the channel grow. Another thing is position. Do you need to be low and flat and aero all the time? Is speed your main concern, or is enjoying the ride and giving your back a bit of a rest? Maybe sitting a bit more upright, and yeah, you're going to lose a few more watts, but you might go home and not have a backache. And as I said before, the pros give us a lot of good tips and training techniques and things like that, but sometimes we can overdo it. You know, we're not pros, we haven't got pro hours to train, and trying to do really hard pro level workouts or do the length of rides pros do isn't necessarily going to do us the best if we haven't got the same sort of recovery time the pros have got, and all the nutritional benefits and everything from belonging to a pro team. So trying to follow really hard training plans probably isn't going to do you a lot of good. Another thing to bear in mind is maybe we could be buying more resilient components and choosing those on our bikes to help them last a bit longer and weather all the conditions that we probably throw at them. Similar to what I said about the Dura-Ace and things like that. Choose a bike that's going to last you well. And lastly, if you're not a pro rider doing pro rider speeds and distances, you probably don't need to fuel like a pro rider. So although I've done videos on what to eat and how to up your carbohydrate intake on a bike. Unless you are doing those big distances and speeds, you'll probably not need a huge amount. And if you wonder why you're gaining weight cycling, that could be the reason. So those are just a few things that as amateur cyclists we don't really need to copy the pros for. Having said that, if I had enough money, I'm sure I'd buy a top of the range tour level bike, but unfortunately I haven't got that money, so I won't be doing that anytime soon. But generally speaking, as I said, there are things we could copy the pros for, some things that really do help us, but there's an awful lot that as amateur cyclists we don't need to do. So what do you think? Is there anything I've missed out? Is there any other pro level things or things pros do that people copy that we don't really need to? If you can think of anything, drop them in the comments below and let me know what I've missed out. I may find I do that too. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, and until next time, bye for now.